everybody, welcome back. Shane here from Guitar at Work. Thank you for coming back. We've got a great song here, an absolute classic. This is Closer to Fine by the Indigo Girls. Thank you for subscribing. There'll be an opportunity to do that in the last 15 seconds, I think it is, with the video, where you can just find out what videos have been posted and when. So this guy, you'll notice I have a capo on the second fret. Capo 2, if we're going to play it to the recording. It's a fast song, but if we go about it, if we're smart about our approach here, I think you'll find the main riff isn't as bad as it sounds, I mean difficulty-wise. You're going to need a G chord here, and you've got your sheets, hopefully downloadable, and you go to shanesimpson.com, you can get them there, no charge. And so I'm looking at that G right there, not the Big Kids G that we've used in some other songs that we've been looking at on the videos. So I'm looking at a G here, a straight up G. You've got a handwritten sheet that gives you the exact strumming pattern. You're going to see that chord diagram, the G, and you can see a dot on that lowest line. That's asking you to isolate the low E string. This guy right here, you're going to isolate him. So this guy here, I've got a G in the left hand, I'm going to play the low E string. Boom, that's the third fret that you're on right there. So you see that dot, bass. Now you're going to see a D written beside that dot. That means to strum downward. So your bass note and then down. And I should tell you again that when you do isolate a bass note like we are here, you don't generally hit them again when you're strumming it. So I'll strum it from the top 4 strings, the upper 4 strings in that guy. So you know, it's bass, down. It's not the end of the world if you do hit them, by the way, if that's too much detail right out of the gate. We're going bass, down, down, up, down, up. There we go. Let's do that again slowly, because that's kind of the pattern for the first 3 chords. Here it is again. 3, 4, going bass, down, down, up, down, up. Piece of cake, right? Now my first finger is going to come down 1 string thinner here, 1 string thinner. It's going to go to the D string here at the 2nd fret. Let me do that again. I'm going to back it up. Here's your G chord that we all know and love. I'm going to take my first finger and bring him 1 string thinner. So he's now on the 2nd fret of that D string. So let's keep our middle finger there. He's not bugging anybody, and theoretically he's still ringing through. So we're going to call that a G6 chord. You'll see that on your sheet. And I'm going to isolate that note, where my first finger is right there. That is the D string. I'm going to pick him individually and then strum the same pattern. There we go. So let's go right to the top here. We've got a bass note here on the G. Bass, down, down, up, down, up. And now my first finger's coming 1 string thinner to the 2nd fret here of the D string. And I'm going to isolate that guy. Bass, down. I'm going to strum the upper 3. Good. Now, piece of cake. Look at this. C add 9 is coming. Just going to move my middle finger right there. C add 9. Boom. Move the middle finger to the A string here at the 3rd fret. I'm going to isolate that note. You got bass, and then down, down, up, down. And I'm going to leave out that last upstroke for now. There's something coming your way on a D chord in just a sec. So those 3 chords back to back, slowly. Here's your G again. 3, 4, going bass, down, down, up, down, up. Now first finger's moving 1 toward the floor here, 1 thinner. Gonna isolate that note. And bass, down, down, up, down, up. Here's your middle finger coming down, 1 string thinner, 3rd fret, the A string. Gonna isolate him. Bass, down, down, up, down. Okay, I'll do it in real time here. Here it is G, 3, 4, going bass, down, down. First finger moving. 2nd finger moving to a C add 9. Good stuff. Now you may want to shut the video off right there just to get a handle on that. There's a little D idea coming, which is probably the trickiest part of the song. If you've done a song called Hasn't Hit Me Yet, that's up there on the YouTube channel, you've got a huge advantage already. It's really the same idea coming at you from a different direction. So let's do what we have again so far. Here's your G, 3, 4, going bass, down, down, up. The first finger comes down, bass, down, down. 2nd finger's coming down. There we go. Okay, now when we get here, I'm at the end of the C add 9 bar on that handwritten sheet you've got there. I am going to take my 1st and 2nd fingers off. I'm going to put them where they'd be for a D chord. So what you end up with here is a D with the pinky on. Now, formally that's called a D sus4 chord, but who cares for now? Think of it as you're on a D chord with the pinky on. Okay, D with the pinky on here at the 3rd fret. And I'm going to begin that. You'll see a little U written underneath there. U meaning up. I'm going to go an upstroke and then a down. Now the 3 that you see written is telling you that you are on the 3rd fret of that high E string. It's not a finger number. Don't confuse it for a finger number. You're going to get all tangled up if you do that. So the 3 means that you are on the 3rd fret. Remember, the capo is now 0. So watch out for that. Your pinky is on the 3rd fret of that high E string. And you see a pair of 3s there. You go up, down. Now I'll take the pinky off. and strum up, down again. That's 2, meaning 2nd fret here of that high E string. So up, down. There you go. Off comes the middle finger, and that's a 0 because there's no finger on that string anymore. So up, down, and then your middle finger's coming back on, up, down. And finally, one more pinky on with an upstroke. Good. Now that sounded like a whole lot going on there. Let me just, the numbers can confuse you more than anything. This time I'll just more talk about which finger's doing what, okay? So hang in there. I'm gonna start with a D, pinky's on the D. Pinky on the D here at the 3rd fret, it's all crowded in there. I do have my 2nd finger on his rightful spot in the D as well because we're gonna be going to him. So pinky on, up, down. Easy as that. Pinky off, up, down. Good. Middle finger off, up, down. Middle finger back on, up, down. And finally, the pinky goes on for one more upstroke. Okay, let's do that again. Here's now D with the pinky on, up, down. Pinky off here, up, down. Middle finger off, up, down. Middle finger back on, up, down. And finally, the pinky on for one more upstroke. There we go. So we have to come into that big D idea from the C add 9 itself. So let me take it right from the very top here, really slowly. I might pause when we get to that D just so you can have a look and see. Here's a G, bass notes being isolated, bass, down, down, up, down, up. Good. First finger coming in here, coming down, bass, down, down, up, down. C add 9, add that middle finger, bass, down, down, up, down. Now on this upstroke, I am changing to D with the pinky on, okay? D with the pinky on, up, down, pinky off, up, down, middle finger off, up, down, middle finger back on, up, down. And finally a pinky on for an upstroke. And the whole thing's gonna repeat. That's your main riff. Let me do it in real time so you get a sense of the flow, okay? Now it's going really fast on the recording, so if you're not feeling the song when you're playing it yourself, don't worry. These are just mechanics, and once you get it sped up, it's gonna sound just like they are. So here is, really slowly, you'll have a look at it in real time, 3, 4, going bass, down, down, up, G6, bass, down. Middle finger's coming down to a C add 9. Here comes D with the pinky on right here. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it repeats at that point. Again, I'm going to count you in on the repeats here. Play along slowly if you're able. If not, stop tape and just get that going on. Here's G, 3, 4, going bass, down, down, up. Bring that first finger down, bass, down, down, up. Middle finger coming down, bass, down, down. Now here's your D with the pinky on, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Good. Now what can really sewer you is going from C add 9 if there's a bump changing with the left hand. So you might again have to turn the tape off and just practice going back and forth. If I get you a close-up of that guy, here's C add 9 moving to D with the pinky on here. Ring and pinky, those two guys, they don't have to move, right? So I'm just moving my 1st and 2nd fingers over and assembling that D with the pinky on. Again, formerly D sus4 there. I'll go back to C add 9, boink, there he is. And C add 9, first 2 fingers are going to go to where they would be for a D chord. So these guys do not have to move. You don't want to move them and have to reset them because that might cause a bump in there as well. So really, really slowly together, and I will count you in on the repeats just for now. Here's a G coming, 3 and a 4, going bass, down, down, up. First finger coming down. 2nd finger coming down. Here's a D with the pinky, and it's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Good, and don't worry if you didn't get that in real time, at least you're going to hear how it goes. 3, 4, top, bass, down, down, up. First finger coming down, bass, down, down. Here's your middle finger coming down, bass, down, down. Here we go, D with the pinky. And around it goes. Good, and here maybe a bit more up to tempo so you get the feel of it here, bass. Here it is, D. First finger. There we go. Good, so remember you should have to, you'll have to play that slowly until you really, really get it, and you don't even have to think about it anymore. You might hear on the when the pinky and things are moving around the D, you hear it quite cut, hey, like that. Let's talk about that later. Don't let that bog you down. For now, just go up, down, up, down, up. That is truly the motion, and it's just a little bit of a mute that we're doing with the left hand. We'll talk about that. Beautiful. So that's a lot of the song right there. That's your main riff. Stop tape there, work on that, and then come back and see us. There's a, I don't know what to call this section of the song. Maybe it's pre-chorus or bridge or whatever you want to call it. Happens quite a bit. I'm going to call this chord D11. Some will object. I know. Don't worry about it. You can hammer me in the comments section if you feel the need. But for now, I'm going to call this a D11. Two ways to go about this guy. I'm going to take a C chord, a regular garden variety C chord, and drag it up 2 frets. Just 1, 2. Literally drag it up 2 frets. There's a C, and up we go 2 frets. That now becomes D11. D add 4, D add 9, add 4, whatever people want to call that. That's fine. D11, you'll often see it. I know it's not a perfect name for it. Doesn't matter. D11, that guy right there. So when they get to that point in the song, there's an army of guitars in there strumming away with all sorts of different patterns. For now, just go straight down, up, down, up, down, up. He's going D11, 3, 4, 2 bars. 2 bars meaning 2 counts of 4. We go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2. Down to a C. Just literally drag it down to a C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3. Up it goes to D11 again, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and a 1 and 2, and down we go to a C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2. Great. There's a big kids version, I'll call it, of that where, and I think that's what they're doing. Here's your D11 right here. I'm just going to move my ring finger over to the thickest string here, the low E string, and replace that note here with my pinky, the one that I moved out on. That would be D11/A, like that guy right there. Yep. That's the one there. And I could drag that down. It becomes a C/G down here. Maybe it's easier to see. I'll just grab a regular C chord, move my ring finger over to the thickest string, and add the pinky to replace that note that I just moved out there. There we go. That just means there's no X's in the chord anymore. It's a little thicker sounding. It's a nice detail for sure, but you could, for now, I'll just stick with the easier way, D11 and C/G. So let me take it from, you'll hear a main riff and into that little section there, D11 to C that you'll see. Here we go. Here comes D11 right in. Wrap my feet around me. There's a C like a blanket. And up we go to D11. Sailed my ship of safety. C till I sank it. And here, at the end of some of these lines, you're going to see G to C add 9 to G written in the actual song sheet that has the chords over top. At that point, they're doing these punches, and it looks like this. G to C add 9 on the upstroke, back to G. Yeah, let me do that again slowly. Here's a G, and I'm going to start with a bass note. Bass, down, up, down. C add 9, up, down, and up again. And then bass note on the G, bass, slam it. Yeah, and again slowly. 3, 4, G, bass, down, up, down. C add 9 on the up, down, up. And then back to a G. Play the bass note first, bass, down. And it ends up sounding nice bit of punctuation in there. Again, it's going 3, 4, G, bass, C add 9, and back to G, bass down. It doesn't matter if you don't nail those bass notes, you could do a downstroke instead. It's just a nice bit of detail. I think you'll like that. If I took it from D11 and the C, that little section in there, and you'll hear how that punch kind of comes about. Here's D11, 2, 3, 4. Down to a C. Back we go, D11. Sailed my ship of safety. C. Here it comes. G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. And we're back to D11. There we go. And now they're about to hit a chorus in there as well. So again, that's an awful lot coming at you. Slow it down and stop tape wherever you need to. We'll go through the chorus, and that's all you need. And the chorus is probably the easiest part. The chorus is starting in bold on your sheet. It's going, went to the doctor, went to the mountains. D. I'm going to go straight down up. C add 9. G. Here's a D. Look to the children. C add 9. G. Good. And then you might be hearing a little bit of an accent there. It's beats 2 and 4 that you want to accent. And I'm just going to sit on D. You can play along at home. It's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, it's the opposite of what we want to do sometimes. It's 2 and 4 that you want, not 1 and 3. Watch out for that. Let me count you in again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. C add 9. 1, 2. G. 4. It's 4 beats every time you see a chord name, okay? So here's D coming. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. C add 9. G. Here's a D. C add 9 coming. G. Now, it's going to go back to D11. Here it comes. Down to C. And here's your punctuated once again. G coming in right here. Here we go. So in time, here's your chorus. 1, 2, 3, D. C add 9. G. D. C add 9. G. Now D11. C. Now punctuate G right here. Good. Repeat as necessary. That's all you're going to see. Those are all your sections in there. It's a lengthy song for sure, but it's going so fast that it doesn't seem it. So I hope you're okay with that. I know there's a fair bit in there. Again, take each section and just nail her down. You'll find it helps you in a lot of different songs. That little move on the D chord, that little guy right there, you can recirculate that in bits and pieces in other songs for sure. There's other detail too, like when you're getting when you were getting on the D11th chord, you often hear them lift off their middle finger like this. If I went to 1. Yeah, I can't remember exactly the rhythm of it in there, but just effectively take that middle finger off once in a while, hammer them back on, and do the same on the C. So it might look like this. 2, 3, C. Yeah, and that you can use in a zillion different songs for sure. When we spoke earlier about the cut on that D idea, this guy, all that's really happening is you still do the up-down as we talked about it, but on the downstroke, you kind of relax your left hand. So if I go up with the pinky on, and now this guy here, it's like a dead stroke, like that, and then off. So if I do this, so you're still doing the downs in there, but we're trying to do it over deadened strings with the left hand. So you just relax the pressure on that. I always worry about those bits of detail bogging you down. You don't have to get there right away. What you might find is that's never the natural evolution of the song as you learn it, right? So just do it our way here. This guy here, first finger, second finger, right here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Go around. Good, so that's tough enough right there, so don't bog it down in detail. So thank you for coming back. Again, Shane here with you from Guitar at Work. You'll probably see a coffee mug over my head here at some point, which gives you the opportunity to subscribe. And all that means is you get informed as to when new videos have come out. I'm trying to be regular about it. It's tough to be regular, but do it as often as I can. Thank you for all your great comments, and lots more coming at you, so I hope you enjoy that one. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.